Welcome, students, to Business Calculus, Math 1100. My name's Trevor Johnson. I'm going to be your instructor for the semester, so all the videos you watch, it's my voice you're hearing. But I wanted to start out the semester by doing just an overview of the syllabus as well as a walkthrough on how you're going to complete your assignments. So let's go ahead and open up Canvas. Everything's going to be on Canvas for you guys. And open up our page for our class. So if we start with the syllabus, it's on the home screen. You can also find it under the syllabus tab. But once again, my name's Trevor Johnson. There's my office room number, there's my office phone number, and my email address. I would prefer if you contact me via email. Office phone, I'm not always in my office, and so if you call it and nobody answers, it's because I'm not in my office, and you're going to have to just email me anyway. So just go ahead and just contact me via email so that I can respond, so I for sure get your question and I can respond when I'm able to. My office hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. Or if that doesn't work for you, you're welcome to email me to schedule an appointment. That's fine. To attend my office hours, you can come in person, but you guys are all virtual students, so that may not be possible for you. And so I also hold virtual office hours over Zoom during these same times. And to access that, you can just click on that link, and that'll let you join that Zoom call. Now, please be aware that I don't have the Zoom call open every time I run office hours. Instead, what I do is I wait for someone to join, and that'll send me an email notification telling me that someone's joined my Zoom call, and then I will open up the Zoom call to meet with that student. So if you click this link, don't expect it to automatically enter you in the Zoom call. What will happen is it'll pop up a notification that says, waiting for the host to start the call. Please be patient and give me a few minutes, and I should pop up and start the call, and I can meet with you. If that doesn't happen in 5 minutes or so, then feel free to email me so we can figure out what went wrong, and we can work on that. Here's the course description and objectives. To summarize this, Business Calculus is it's an abbreviated calculus course, so we get into derivatives and integrals, but we don't go into it as deep as other calculus courses. Instead, what we do is we go into business applications that use these various concepts. Course prerequisites: if you were able to register for the course, then hopefully you've already met these prerequisites. But if you have any questions about that, please reach out and I can talk to you about it. Course materials. Everything's on Canvas. You paid a course fee, which gives you access to MyLab Pearson, and that's access through Canvas. So make sure you know how to work Canvas and you have access to that. If you're curious about whether this class has a textbook, the textbook is included on your Pearson page, on MyLab Pearson. And I'll show you that in a little bit when I walk through how you're going to complete your homework assignments. So you don't have to worry about purchasing a textbook. Of course, you need internet access, so just be aware of that if you're working at home or if you're working off campus. You will need internet access to be able to do anything. You'll also probably need a scientific calculator. Of course, if you're using a device, most devices have a calculator built into it. But for exams, you'll need a scientific calculator to help you out on those exams. You can't use your phone as a calculator. You can't use a graphing calculator during an exam. You have to use a scientific calculator. Here's the course breakdown. So 25% is your homework assignments that you'll be doing throughout the semester. At the end of 4 of the chapters, you'll do a project, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. And so each of those projects is 11% each. And then you'll also have a midterm exam, which is also 11%. And so those 5 things, the 4 chapter projects and the midterm exam, end up being 55% of your grade. And then you'll have a cumulative final exam, which means it covers everything that we've learned so far throughout the semester, which is 20% of your grade. Okay, there's your breakdowns of what letter grade you'll get. Okay, so homework. Homework's important because it gives you a chance to practice the things that we're learning. All of your homework assignments are in My Math Lab, which is accessed through Canvas, and I'll show you how to do that in just a little bit. I do allow you to turn homework in late, but there is a penalty. There is a late penalty for turning in the homework late, and that's because I would prefer you to stay on top of things so you're not focusing on previous material when I'm trying to teach you new material. So, but you can turn in homework late for a 15% penalty. The rest of the stuff I'm going to show you in just a little bit, but it kind of walks through how the homework works. Midterm projects. So this is something that's relatively new. Instead of just doing more tests, at the end of each chapter, you'll get a chance to kind of showcase your knowledge and practice doing math in a more hands-on way. So a lot of this will be data gathering, using different representations for math like graphs and equations, and then of course problem solving. It's going to require some problem solving. Okay, but these projects, what's nice about these projects is that they are open resource, so you can take them home, use whatever resources online you want. You can even use me as a resource. Whatever you need to actually complete it. And then they'll be submitted on Canvas. So these projects are the only thing that's off of Pearson. These ones will just be on Canvas. You'll pull it up on Canvas, and then you'll submit it on Canvas. Because these are open resources, I do expect to see all of your work to show that you didn't just copy somebody else's work or copy some tutorial online or something like that. So make sure you include all your work in your own writing. There are 2 exams in this class. Like you saw earlier, there's the midterm exam and the final exam. Exams are important because you need to be able to show that you can do this stuff independently. Midterm is 11% of your grade, final is 20% of your grade. Each of those exams, we'll do a review assignment that'll help you prepare for it. They'll also take place in my lab, but it needs to be proctored, which means if you're anywhere close to Utah Tech, I'll ask you to use the Utah Tech Testing Center in order to take this exam, or the satellite center there in Hurricane. If you do not live close to Canvas and it's not possible for you to go to the Utah Tech Testing Center or the Hurricane Testing Center, then please reach out to me and we can figure out an alternate testing situation where you can use like a different college's testing center to proctor for you. Okay, the exams are going to be very similar to the homework. They're going to look very similar to the homework, except you won't see if you got it right until after you've completed the test, and you only get 1 attempt on each problem. Okay, the rest of this is just good, helpful resources that you can look at if you find you're struggling. The big thing here is if you're struggling, that's normal. Everyone struggles in college. So please don't feel like you don't belong if you're struggling. There are lots of different resources to help you. Specifically, the Math Tutoring Center. If you need help, come down to the Math Tutoring Center or use the Zoom link to get drop-in virtual tutoring. Okay, and then of course some good important policies and procedures. Here's our course schedule, and so this shows you which assignments are due each week and when the projects will be due, as well as when the exams will happen. If you have any questions about the syllabus, please reach out and I'm happy to help answer those questions. So now let's talk about your assignments. So to access the assignments, you can go to this Assignments tab, and you'll see all of the assignments kind of going here. And so if I click one, I'm going to see this option to launch external tool. It'll always have you do that. It'll always have you launch an external tool in order to open up your homework. Okay. I'll click to continue, and this should pull up my 1.1 homework. So if I were to open up one of these, you'll notice I've got some helps here at the bottom. I've got two different options. First, help me solve this. If I'm working through this problem and I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about, I can click help me solve this, and it'll work through that problem and give you a step-by-step walkthrough of how to actually think about it, how to make sense of it, and how to solve it. Okay. But what that will do, though, is it'll reset your problem, and now you have another problem to do. Notice it marked me wrong, but I can always just redo the problem in order to have it mark me right. Okay. The other option is, if I don't want it to reset my problem, let's say I've already done a bunch of work on this problem, but I got stuck at a certain part, I can instead view an example. And what this does is it pulls up a different type of problem and then helps me walk through it, works me through it. And once I'm done, it won't reset the problem, and I can now solve this problem with that example to help me out. Under this Get More Help tab, you'll notice you've got an option to ask my instructor. That'll send me an email on this with regards to the specific problem that you're working on. There are some videos that you can watch just in Pearson that might be helpful, or you can access the textbook. With these homework problems, you do have 3 attempts to get the problem right. If you can't get it right in those 3 attempts, I guess with some exceptions, I think with like multiple choice, they might give you less attempts. But if you don't get it right in those 3 attempts, it's gonna move you on to it's gonna mark you wrong and move you on to the next question. But guess what? I can always go back and redo the problem, and I will get full credit. So if you get a problem wrong in your homework, it's not going to permanently mess your homework up. You can always just go redo it and get full credit on it. So be aware of that. Okay, best of luck with this semester. Please, please, please reach out if you have any questions. I want to be a resource for you. I will be sending out announcements every single week just to kind of let you know what's due and remind you of things that are coming up. And I'll probably sound like a broken record on each of those announcements, but I will pretty much consistently say, hey, hop on office hours or send me emails, because I want to help. I want to be a resource as you guys work through this. Okay, best of luck, and we'll see you around.